Today, we're headed to the 12th for the casual 20 and 20. And we're starting with everybody's favorite this morning, the Marche de l'Aligre. It's probably the pride and joy of the 12th. If you ask people that live here, they love this market. It's an outdoor market that is on every day of the week except for Mondays. This is the mind-blowing part that I didn't realize until I looked this up online. I was like, when is it open? Because the last thing I wanted to do was walk up here and have it be closed, because half of what I wanted to do in this neighborhood was closed today. This is open every day, rain or shine. Let's go look at it and then get out of the rain, because I don't want to be in the rain much longer. Even if you're not going to be cooking while you're here in Paris, you should probably come just get a vibe for the market, because the food is really, like, these guys know what they're doing. You want to buy some good fruit, cheese while you're here, you should check the market first, because it's going to be cheaper and it's going to be better. Merci. Also, the samples. This is something that I thought, honestly, I would never see again when I left America. Visibility. And the clementine. Oh, I needed that. Wow. Oh, they're all so nice. A couple of tips about the markets that we generally give. One, you don't need cash anymore. If you have cash, it'll be appreciated, but you can pay with card pretty much everywhere you go at this point. Apple Pay, whatever. Two, if you're gonna buy fruits or vegetables, be sure to ask before you start grabbing stuff. Some places will let you grab your own things and bag them. Some places will require that you let them do it for you. And the nice thing is, people end up being like personal shoppers for you. These guys know their produce. They're gonna grab that avocado that's ready to eat tonight if that's what you're looking for. There's also the indoor market if it is raining and you wanna go grab, I don't know, a seat and a snack inside. I think that's where most of the cheese vendors are from what I've seen so far. Definitely come early. I mean, I'm here at like 10:30 in the morning. Everything's still fine and open. There's a bit of a flea market going on here in the corner. But the last thing would be to treat it like an experience. You're not just here to shop, you're here to chat, to have a nice time. Those guys were really friendly, very bantery. You know, if you stopped at every stand along the way, you could probably get yourself a full orange. And I find that that's generally the vibe when you come here. They're here, they're ready to sell you something, but they're also here to have a good time. There's a lot to explore, a lot to see. There's probably something new you've never seen before. Give it a sample, buy it, take it back to your hotel or your Airbnb. You know, fruits, vegetables, keep them going. The snacks are important. And also don't forget, download Flash Invaders before you get here so you can collect all the Space Invaders as you go. I was originally planning on going to a coffee shop around the corner that I love in this neighborhood. However, at the entrance, I noticed a coffee shop. Just because they had some bright lights, it looked like it was at least warm. I don't know this place. It's not on my map. But I would like to get out of the rain, and I would love to get some coffee. So let's go back and check that out. And then we can formulate a game plan. Because I wanted to go to the zoo today, and they're closed for like another couple weeks. Possibly the only real that's one of the notes that I would have if I were to share notes. It was good. Lalla, I liked it. The coffee was a bit dark for my taste, but it was still nice. They roast it themselves. They've only been open for a few months, which is why I've never noticed them before. And also, while their coffee roast was a little bit dark for me, the pastries, they had savory pastries with a North African twist. I had a shakshuka pan suisse. That was really good, actually. I really liked that a lot. So, delicious savory pastries. I'm sure the sweet ones were good too. They had za'atar croissants, and they all looked very, very nice. The vibe was good, very like work-friendly, lots of space. The only drawback was every time the automatic door opened, an alarm went off, which would be a little bit much. Noise canceling headphones probably help. That definitely hurts the vibe. Anyway, I still wanted to go check out the Coulee Verte because there's a church next to it that I've never been inside. And since we're speed running the churches of Paris, I'm actually not 100% sure where along here that church is. So we're just gonna have to go up and find it. I think I found it by accident. I did. It's right here. I thought I was walking the other way. I was like, oh, get a little farther away and we'll loop back. We'll still go up. Should we go into the church first so we don't have to? Yeah, let's do that so we're not doubling back. It's another one of those churches that I've just never been inside. Oh no, there's a funeral going on. No! No. Aw, how? Why? And it's a small church. I don't know if we can swing this one, to be honest. All right, we're gonna come back later because I think they're literally just about to bring the casket out. Look, there are logistical challenges with making a series like this, frankly. As a recap, this used to be a train line heading out to Vincennes from basically where the Bastille Opera House is today. Instead of knocking it down, they decided to turn this into a park. So it runs all the way outside the city. You can run on it, you can walk on it, you can dance on it. No guarantees you can dance well on it, but you can dance on it. And you can see about finding this church, which we are definitely gonna still try to get into in a minute. You can even speak French on it, if you speak French. I actually saw one of my former Patron producers, a current patron, Katie Stewart, posted this really funny post asking who's learning French as a second language. She didn't study it in school because she wants to finally be the sexy little croissant she's always been destined to be. Her words, not mine. And I thought about responding there, but I know she's gonna see this video, so I'm gonna respond here instead. There are tools you can use to get there, but I think that the best way to do it is to actually speak in French, to practice with other French speakers as much as you possibly can. But how do you accomplish that when you don't live here? And how do you stay dry when you do? Thankfully, services like Lingota exist, and thankfully this pagoda exists, because it's like the one dry spot that I've found. Get out of the rain for a second. You might have seen me take a class with Lingota before. They hooked me up. I went online. I got to have a nice conversation with one of their teachers. And that's what they do. One-on-one courses or small classes, like with a maximum of 5 other students. So you actually have an opportunity to speak, and it's on you. You definitely need to speak. One of the things that I saw consistently learning French formally was that there were so many people who would just sit in class and not say a word because they were embarrassed. They didn't want to make a mistake in front of everybody. But the reality is, there's no way to learn a language without making a whole bunch of mistakes, and doing so online with a native speaker over video is a great way to do it. You can make as many mistakes as you want. You can get corrected. They have actual course materials. They will walk you through whatever level of certification you're looking to get. And if you're looking to move to France, whether you're looking to get a visa or ultimately get citizenship, you're gonna have to speak French. They're increasingly making that a stricter rule, and Lingota can help with that. They're not up to the C level in French, which is where I'm at, so it's not a service that I personally have used beyond trying it out just to make sure that it was easy, which it was. It was very easy to get signed up quick and jump straight into a course, because they have classes like 24/7. So no matter what time zone you're in, there's always somebody looking to talk to you in French, and you can learn at your own pace. Check out Lingota using the QR code on screen or my link below to get up to 40% off, depending on what package you get. Thanks to Lingota for sponsoring this video and for helping people to speak French better, because if there's one thing that we need more of, it's people who live here who actually speak the language. And if you're like my patron Katie, hopefully you're motivated and ready to jump in so that when you get here, you hit the ground running, and life's just so much easier and better when you speak French. And I mean, it's just more romantic. Life in general is better if you speak French. And speaking of my gorgeous patrons, thanks to Steverino, today's patron producer, the question now is, do we like circle back to the church, or do we like go to lunch? I don't actually know the answer to this question, but I think I found a solution. Oh, that was a lot of water. I also am just wearing my old running shoes, which is a terrible idea for today. There's a tasty coffee down there. Let's just go warm up with coffee, and then we'll make it. We're getting into this church. Finally, way down. Definitely more of a sunny day activity, I'd say. I was kind of kidding about the coffee a minute ago, but no, now that's like literally all I want. Oh wait, this just leads me back to the elevator. Ah, there are stairs over there. All right, let's try those. Okay, I don't know what it is with parks and dead ends in this series, but do I get out that way? Oh, I missed that. Ah! Who said anything about dead ends? I was never lost. This is all fine. It's all good. I am getting soaked. Honestly, after that savory croissant and a cookie from here, I'm like not really very hungry. I'm giving up on lunch entirely. Let's warm up, and then let's go find this freaking church, because it's gonna drive me insane. Bonjour. Oddly enough, I don't really want to go back outside now. Bonne journée. Au revoir. Merci. I really don't want to come back out here right now. I was just getting warm. And it's still wet. We're getting into this church. That's how this is. If it doesn't end with me getting into the church, then I have failed the 12th, and we have to. I've never gone into this church before. Paroisse Saint-Antoine de 1520. All right. That was interesting. I mean, it's brick, right? It's a very small, simple, modern church. I love the spire, especially when juxtaposed against like the Coulee Verte. It's very dark, very somber, very quiet. The wood was very warm though, and interesting to see St. Louis there holding, I guess, the charter for the church. I'm not really sure. I guess it's for the neighborhood. Some ironwork and like kind of beautiful organ. I love it when they also have when the organ like is in multiple places around the church. I'm so curious to hear it in action. Definitely worth just kind of popping in if you're looking. Like the ceiling was very simple. Everything is very, very simple, but like it had a very different feel again. And that's kind of the fun of speed running these, is just seeing like all the differences as I go. I mean, I'm sure you can see the differences yourself. Very simple rose window, simple stained glass, and just a couple people in there praying. But that, for this casual 2020, is the 12th. Over halfway done, but of course, if you haven't seen all of these, go ahead and go back to the beginning and give it a try. Thanks for watching. Thanks to my patrons. It's a good reminder, even if it's raining out, it doesn't mean you can't go wander and enjoy Paris, because it is beautiful in the rain. See you tomorrow.